Bark Mirror Emperor was correct. Valuables couldn't help someone forever. A powerful true treasure like Star Tower required amazingly great power to drive completely, which meant treasures without strength meant nothing. As for things like Feng poison, they were useless in a fight at the Universe Night level. Even the Golden Armor Golden Horn Beast War was destroyed completely under a strike from Bark Mirror Emperor's burning godly body. Things like General Armors, Golden Armors, and Feng Venom, which had helped Luo Feng a great deal, were either eliminated or significantly weakened. After the celebration meal, Primal Chaos City Leader summoned Luo Feng. At the apex of Thunder Island in the virtual universe, Primal Chaos City Leader was looking down at Thunder Island in the towering palace enveloped by boundless haze. Luo Feng showed up and gave a salutation. "Teacher." Primal Chaos City Leader turned around and looked at Luo Feng with his brooding eyes. He smiled and said, "You got one of the 108 valuables?" "Yes," said Luo Feng. "It's a top-tier flying palace-type treasure. It's called Silver Dragon Phantom Ship." Silver Dragon Phantom Ship? He thought in silence for a while but couldn't recall that valuable. He continued, "You're lucky to have a flying palace type because it's rare and precious. Flying palace type top-tier treasures might be more highly desired by Universe Knights than the sure Wu Wing I gave you." Luo Feng nodded, as he had thought that too. "Who left it there?" Primal Chaos City Leader asked him. "Wine Master," Luo Feng said. "I've searched for him online, and know he was one of the earliest beast gods of the Ancestral God School." "Wine Master? Riding Wind?" Primal Chaos City Leader broke into laughter. "Now I know it! It's his wine ship! That Wine Master was a very interesting Universe Master, and he was unbelievably powerful as an inborn beast god. Unfortunately, inborn beast gods are destined to be hunted, and that's why." Primal Chaos City Leader sulked. Luo Feng was startled. Inborn beast gods were destined to be hunted? He couldn't help recalling the ancient picture he had previously seen in Blood River World. There had been a supreme being fighting the beast god in Blood River World, and that beast god seemed to have fallen. Why were they hunted? Luo Feng couldn't help asking. Primal Chaos City Leader glanced at Luo Feng and answered calmly. Inborn beast gods are different from the learned ones. They were born out of the essence of the universe, which made them a natural valuable. Their scales, furs, and blood, every part of their bodies had amazing effects and were more precious than several thousand of or even 10,000 ordinary true treasures. Hunting an inborn beast god was a feast where lots of supreme beings joined. Luo Feng was shocked. Their bodies? Every part, for resources and for opportunities. Primal Chaos City Leader said, there are many different ways to compete. Malice, and thus killings among different races in the universe were a form of competition. Yet the Ancestral God School, who claimed not to favor any faction or occupy any territory, practices a different type of competition. It may appear not to be involved in competition on the surface, but it has reached another level of it. Luo Feng nodded. As an old saying went in wuxia, only by giving up the competition can a man find no competitors in the world. Finding no competitors in the world required a great amount of power and influence. For instance, the Ancestral God School couldn't reach a higher level of competition without its 3 ancestral gods and its neutrality policy. And that was how it could attract countless talent fighters from all the races in the universe through inheritance tokens. At the same time, other races were willing to send their talented fighters within their races to the Ancestral God School for training, as they knew the Ancestral God School didn't compete, at least superficially. That was how the Ancestral God School had become the #1 power in the universe. They're all competing with each other, Primal Chaos City Leader said. Ever since the first time an inborn beast god died, all the races in the universe knew the majestic functions of a dead inborn beast god. From then on, all the other inborn beast gods were hunted. No matter how powerful they are, unless they hide forever, they will fall under intensive attacks. Primal Chaos City Leader looked at Luo Feng. Like the Blood River crystals you're using. Those came from an inborn beast god. Luo Feng's heart skipped a beat. The one who had died in Blood River World was indeed an inborn beast god. Remember, the weak are the prey of the strong. Primal Chaos City Leader stared at Luo Feng. That is the law of the strong. You are one of another race to all the other races in the universe, and nobody will pity you. The only thing eternal is competition. The fight. All you must do is gain resources continuously to make yourself stronger. If you're stronger, your race is stronger. The strength of a race is determined by the most senior group, and each member of that group is a pillar of the race. you're quite likely to become a pillar of our human race. Luo Feng nodded. Before you become undying, merge with that blood river crystal completely, Primal Chaos City Leader said. It can help you improve your life gene level. You're a black warrior. You're likely to improve your life gene level to 100 times stronger than a universe ordinary life. 100 times? Luo Feng asked. The life gene level of his original earthling body was already 48 times stronger since Luo Feng started practicing the 9-volume manual. If he used the power of Blood River, it would hit 480 times. It was already a major universe special life form. 100 times is the limit, Primal Chaos City Leader said. Body, strength, and amplification 100 times is their limit. And it's the same for soul amplification and life gene level. This is part of the universe's rule, just as light speed is the fastest one can travel in the original universe. Luo Feng held his breath. Both body strength amplification and soul spirit amplification were extremely rare. Luo Feng only had 32 times soul amplification after receiving Demon Note General Inheritance, which was soul spirit amplification technique. As for body strength amplification, Luo Feng hadn't had such luck. The limit is 100 times? Luo Feng murmured. That's right, 100 times. However, his original earthling body was already 480 times stronger, and his golden horn beast body was over 1,000 times stronger. Are there any other ways to improve the life gene level more than 100 times? Luo Feng asked. Yes, said Primal Chaos City Leader. What is it? Asked Luo Feng. Soul transfer, Primal Chaos City Leader answered. You do soul transfer on a special organism, and once that's completed, you'll have the body of a special life, just with a different soul. Though some soul-related talent techniques will disappear, those body-related talent techniques and life gene levels can both be inherited. But it is difficult. First of all, undying fighters' life imprints are merged with each of their cell fragments, and if you destroy their life imprints, you effectively destroy their entire godly body. That is why you can only do soul transfer on creatures beneath the undying level. Besides, if I'm a sector lord trying to do soul transfer on a universe level special life form, it'll be easier to defeat him than to transfer his soul. Even if you try to transfer his soul, my sector lord's soul will be a huge burden to the body, and it will be crushed if the body can't withhold it. Luo Feng nodded. He knew that souls and bodies had to match each other. For humans, in general, their bodies needed to be at level 7 Sector Lord to hold level 9 Sector Lord human souls. Otherwise, the bodies would be crushed. You need to find a special life form whose body can withhold your soul, Primal Chaos City Leader explained. But if his body is capable of doing that, it means that special life form is your match. And together with his talent techniques, chances are that you'll be killed by him. Besides, Sector Lord level special life forms hardly leave the secret region of the universe, and even if you can meet and defeat them, they'd rather self-destruct than have soul transfer done to them. In short, doing soul transfer on special life forms is highly beneficial, but it's difficult to succeed. Only a few have succeeded so far. Are there any other ways? Luo Feng asked. Those like you who have clone techniques can breed a special organism body, Primal Chaos City Leader said. Of course, the downside is that a special organism that can be bred is generally one of the weak ones. Luo Feng nodded. Yes. He couldn't breed a world tree. He had Golden Horn Beast's internal world. It swallowed a huge amount of metal to form a gigantic internal world, but it could only breed a body with a life level hundreds of times higher. In short, there are lots of ways to accomplish it, and it often needs special organisms, said Primal Chaos City Leader. Any other ways? Luo Feng asked again. No, there are not. Primal Chaos City Leader shook his head. However, he hesitated and added, of course, there are hundreds of millions of races in the universe, and there are some supreme beings. Some secrets remained undiscovered. Perhaps there are some methods even I don't know of. However, I can be sure of one thing. It's a fair universe. Even if there are some secret, extraordinary methods, they'll surely cost a lot. Luo Feng nodded. That was right. The 9-volume manual was created by the universe supreme masters wuxia, who devoted all his time and energy and created the invaluable sky soul crystal to bear it, and only after that could it be inherited. Even so, only one creature could obtain the information of the 9-volume manual. It could be seen how demanding the universe rule was. Primal Chaos City Leader smiled. Don't overthink it. 100 times was the limit. It's already rare to be 100 times stronger. Lots of universe knights only improve their life gene level 10 times. As for you, you're a black warrior, and you're already at 10 times. You can improve it a great deal with beast god blood in the future. Luo Feng nodded. He also planned to merge with blood river crystals before becoming undying. Thus, his godly body could reach a supreme level after becoming undying. Go, said Primal Chaos City Leader. If you need beast god blood, you can apply for the resource through the Virtual Universe Company. Yes. Luo Feng gave a salutation and left. In the palace of Primal's secret region, Masha Body sat with his legs crossed, and in the internal world, golden horn beasts started to merge blood river crystals again. In front of the desk of Yuxiang Mountain of the Virtual Universe, Luo Feng read the information of beast god blood and frowned. I can get a drop of beast god blood from 100 blood river crystals, but the process is complicated. I have to apply for it through the Virtual Universe Company. A single drop of beast god blood merging with the body was equal to 1 blood river crystal merging with the body. That was why beast god blood was so highly sought after. The typical limit was 100 blood river crystals. For beast god blood, it required 100 drops, which cost 10,000 blood river crystals. This was the price one had to pay to lower the effect of the evil energy and to reduce the pain. After all, a human body that could merge with 10 blood river crystals might only be born once in many countless eras. I wonder how much beast god blood I can apply for, Luo Feng thought. These precious resources are strictly managed. Lots of emperors have to wait for an auction to bid on it. At the same time, Luo Feng was filled with his application. After a short while, a fox-like girl with downy ears and soft purple hair appeared on the screen. She was likely a fox human of the human race. Greetings, Mr. Luo Feng, she said. I need beast god blood, Luo Feng said bluntly. The fox girl paused to check something. According to the quota, she said, you can have 50 drops of beast god blood for free. She flashed a lovely smile, but deep in her heart, she was shocked. Universe Knights and Universe Masters weren't qualified for free resources. On the contrary, they needed to trade for them through their contributions to the race. As for some emperors who deserved cultivation, they might receive some highly limited resources, perhaps 10 blood river crystals, but they couldn't have a single drop of beast god blood. Her job was to receive the seniors of the race, and she had never seen anyone qualified for 50 drops of beast god blood for free. No wonder he's a peerless genius, thought the fox girl. Everyone says he's Blade River Emperor, and if that's the case, it's not surprising. Give me 30, Luo Feng said. Certainly, said the fox girl. Where shall it be delivered? This is the address. Luo Feng typed his detailed address in the Primal Secret Region. His residence was within Primal Chaos City Leader's territory, at the core of the center of the Primal Secret Region. In the Primal Secret Region, the fox girl smiled. The 30 drops of blood will be delivered today. Okay. Luo Feng nodded. He turned off the telecommunications. For free, eh? He smiled. It seems my race has a quota of free resources for me. But until I apply for them, they won't be given to me. 50 drops of beast god blood, I've heard it's difficult to get that much even at an auction. However, my original earthling body is able to merge with 82 blood river crystals, and all I need are 18 drops of beast god blood. As for the golden horn beast, he needs more than 600 blood river crystals, and beast god blood can't do it all. His golden horn beast body's life gene level was already strengthened 6,000 times. When he became undying someday and owned an enormous amount of superior undying power, he would breed a powerful consciousness. That could help his will to some extent, just as a strong-bodied person had a staunch will, whereas a feeble person had a wavering will. The strength of a soul served a supporting function. Universe Masters, who had extensive godly power and had their souls integrated with the universe, had stronger wills than Luo Feng. Although they were relatively lucky, their godly power was the main reason for the powerful wills. It was impossible for an ordinary being to have a will that could rival a Universe Master. The life gene level is already strengthened 6,000 times, thought Luo Feng. After that, the amplification will improve only slightly each time. There's no need to rush it. After only 3 hours, a servant delivered a space ring to the palace where Luo Feng lived. His beast god blood was in the ring. Go, Luo Feng said. Yes, the undying servant answered respectfully. In the territory of Primal Chaos City Leader, even the delivery men were undying, and they needed to compete for those positions, as those without skills wouldn't be admitted. After all, here they could see the great Primal Chaos City leader from time to time. Usually, the disciples of Primal Chaos City leader lived here. Luo Feng went back to his internal world. He took a silver suitcase out of the space ring and opened it to find 30 transparent tubes inside. There was a drop of shiny golden light in each tube, emanating considerable energy. Luo Feng could practically hear the roaring of the beast god. Beast god blood. Luo Feng took out a tube, unplugged it, and poured it on his left palm. It looked like pure, golden light, but he could see, within the light, that it was actually a golden liquid, countless law engravings flowing within it. The golden light dropped into his palm and penetrated the skin. Pow! Luo Feng's body started to glimmer with golden light. The blood river energies in Luo Feng's cells were already sturdy, and the drop of beast god blood merged with them easily without causing any reaction. Black warriors can please Primal Chaos City leader teacher, said Luo Feng. He says merging with beast god blood is an easy task. Now that I can merge with 82 blood river crystals, I'm already way ahead of the limit of a black warrior. Luo Feng smiled. Absorbing the beast god blood is like drinking water to me. He took out another tube, opened it, and poured out the beast god blood. One drop after another, the beast god blood merged with Luo Feng's body. After a short while, all 18 drops had successfully integrated with Luo Feng, which was an easier task than he had previously perceived it to be. When Luo Feng tried the 19th drop of beast god blood, it only rolled on his palm and lay there without seeping in. That seems to be the limit, Luo Feng said, nodding. I've already hit the limit of blood river energies. His eyes gleamed. Now drive the blood river energies. Hong! An ancient force shot out from Luo Feng's body. It suddenly felt as if energy from the origin of the entire universe was emanating from deep inside him. His body was heightened and strengthened, and indistinct scales formed on every inch of his skin. Countless threads wound across his body, and a giant image of a roaring beast god appeared on his chest, so detailed and realistic that it looked like an actual, bellowing beast god in all its exquisite detail. Golden halos pulsated outward, surrounding his body. Luo Feng looked down at his chest. He had already taken off his armor, as he wanted to feel the power touching his body. How mighty this energy is! Huh! Luo Feng was stunned. Wait! Something's wrong. Only 3,000 times? How is that possible? Luo Feng was perplexed. Theoretically, once 100 blood river crystals were merged with the body would be 100 times stronger. Golden Horn Beast's right claw had been strengthened 100 times at the beginning, and it stopped growing after hitting the 10,000 times limit. Luo Feng frowned. I was originally 48 times stronger, but now that I've surpassed being strengthened 3,000 times, I'm only around 60 times stronger than before. The effect was weakened. The blood river energies that worked perfectly on the Golden Horn Beast were far less effective on the original Earthling body. Luo Feng considered the implications. Beast god blood might be useless for the special life forms in the universe. Like a unique life form of water category whose life gene level is already thousands of times stronger, the beast god blood won't help that much. Beast god blood comes from an inborn beast god of gold and space. Is it possible that the beast god blood worked well in the beginning, but its effect will be weakened as time goes by? He decided to let the matter drop. Regardless of the reason, it was now proven that the original Earthling body reached a life gene level that was 3,000 times stronger after merging with the beast god blood, together with its 48 times stronger base. I'll just wait. My life gene level can be improved when I get another medal from the 9-volume manual. Luo Feng smiled and nodded. Although it hadn't been the best possible outcome, he was still exhilarated that his life gene level had been improved 3,000 times. That put it at the level of some top-tier special life forms in the universe. Fortunately, I have the 9-volume manual, Luo Feng thought. Otherwise, I'd be like other life forms of the other races in the universe, who can only improve their life gene level to 100 times. The 9-volume manual, it was his secret weapon. With it, Luo Feng could rival top-tier special life forms. Other things like blood river crystals were just icing on the cake. Time passed. Since the original Earthling body and Golden Horn Beast body had merged with blood river crystals, Luo Feng continued to train in seclusion. He didn't do anything but spend time with his family. After another century, his third body was about to be born. In the internal world, Golden Horn Beast's claws gripped the plane like pillars. He looked up at the sky. Masha body stood on Golden Horn Beast's back, gazing at the sky as well. There was a colossal, oval-shaped, golden egg floating in the sky. The golden egg had been small when it first came into being, but it had grown larger and larger as time went by, and it was now more than 6,000 miles tall. Soon, said Luo Feng. It'll soon be born. Luo Feng pondered the result. Will it be a whole sea? The life form in the oval golden egg would remain a mystery until it revealed itself. Around 8 hours later, Crack! Dozens of hairline fractures appeared on the colossal, golden egg. Luo Feng and his 3 other bodies held their breath as they watched. Pow! All at once, the eggshell was completely crushed. In its place was a giant man in the sky, standing almost 6,000 miles tall. Its naked body cast a perfect, almost exotic figure, with sparkling skin and crystal-clear jades across its skin, and bloody threads flowing inside it. Luo Feng's original earthling body and his other bodies were all dazed by such a pleasant surprise. My third body, said Luo Feng, is flesh and blood. Only the flesh and the blood type of living creature could practice the 9-volume manual. Luo Feng's wuxia body was an energy-type living creature, and thus, his power was significantly weaker than his original earthling body and golden horn beast body, even after being injected with the essence from an original real treasure like the space heart. Wuxia body never surpassed the limit of increasing 100 times. It was destined for wuxia body to be far weaker when it came to strength. He was mainly useful for fleeing, hiding, and disguise. When it came to fighting, Luo Feng had to depend on his original body and the golden horn beast body. As for a body like 9 Remoteness Ocean, Luo Feng had chosen it because of the boundless ocean of godly power. Ha! Luo Feng's laughter swept across the internal world like a shockwave. Well, this is a happy surprise. The third body can practice the 9-volume manual, which means he has unlimited potential. Perhaps he can someday be 9 Remoteness Masters match. I'll call my third body Remote Ocean Body. It was official. Luo Feng's original body and 3 additional bodies had been determined. He had his original earthling body, his golden horn beast body, his wuxia body, and his remote ocean body. Luo Feng was filled with boundless pride. With his original earthling body and these 3 bodies, nothing would stop him from becoming one of the great beings in the universe. The seed has been planted, he said. It'll be up to my efforts to decide whether I remain a weak sapling or grow into the sturdiest tree. I need to study into my remote ocean body first. Remote ocean body looked exquisite, a giant body standing nearly 6,000 miles tall. Presently, he sat on the plane with his legs crossed like a giant sculpture. My strength is 300 times of that of a sector lord, Remote ocean body said in a deep voice. My remote ocean body's life gene level is 300 times while the sector lord level world tree is around 1,000 times. That explains why I was able to successfully breed this remote ocean body but not the world tree body. But it seems too large for a living being of 300 times life gene level. Generally speaking, the higher the life gene level, the larger the size. Of course, special organisms of the plant race and rock race had terrifically large bodies even if they had life gene levels that were hundreds of times. After all, even ordinary life forms like cloud contact vines were already over 1 million miles tall. Life forms of the plant race had a natural size advantage. Remote ocean body is a flesh and blood type living being. How can he be so large? Upon careful examination, Luo Feng realized remote ocean body had law energy flowing through his bones, muscles, vessels, and blood, and there was information hidden in the energy. Luo Feng studied the information with his mind. So, that's the case, remote ocean body whispered. Even Primal Chaos City Leader doesn't know what talent techniques 9 Remoteness Master has. He must have talent techniques, given that my remote ocean body has 2 talent techniques. The information contained within the colossal body shed light on some of the mysteries of 9 Remoteness World. Remote ocean body had 2 talent techniques. The first one was Transformed Ocean, and the second was Creation. Transformed Ocean allowed remote ocean body to instantly turn into an ocean with a diameter of around 60,000 miles, and the time and space within it would be controlled by the ocean. The stronger remote ocean body got, the more control the body had over time and space. While he was still relatively weak, he could only affect time and space to a small extent, but when he became sufficiently strong, he would be like 9 Remoteness Master, whose grip on his 9 Remoteness Ocean had reached its limit. It was so powerful that no other universe masters even dared to enter 9 Remoteness space. The second talent technique was Creation. When the body became an ocean, its flesh and blood were all transformed into a bloody sea, after which his creation talent could extract energies from the ocean and reorganize the life genes to create new life forms. He could even create a new race if he was proficient with the talent, and the new lives would always submit to the master who had created them. Such powerful talent techniques, Remote Ocean Body said in a deep voice. No wonder the body is so enormous. He wouldn't be able to turn into an ocean with a smaller body. Once he turns into an ocean, he can, in a way, control time and space around the ocean, which makes him significantly stronger. This kind of incredible attacking skill was a bit like the manipulation of time and space talent used by world trees. As for creation, it might be considered a mediocre skill, but this is likely how the indigenous race in Nine Remoteness world was created. Energy life forms are the easiest to create, as long as there are life cores. Luo Feng nodded. Although it's a mediocre talent at present, it could be used to create an entire race completely obedient to me. Haha! Remote Ocean Body's voice echoed through the internal world. I've obtained everything I wanted and even some things I didn't expect. This Remote Ocean Body can affect the space and time around him, and he has a talent technique in space and time. Plus, it's a flesh and blood type of living being. Still, muttered Luo Feng, why is the size of the bloody sea so bizarre? His talent technique says he can turn into an ocean with a diameter of around 60,000 miles, but that is much smaller than those of the princes and Nine Remoteness Master. Remote Ocean Body frowned and considered the implications of its size. Sector Lord Princes had bloody seas with diameters of around 50 million miles. Undying Princes had royal seas with diameters of around 600 million miles. Universe Night Princes had royal seas with diameters from 20 billion to 60 billion miles. Although Remote Ocean Body possessed the transformed ocean talent, he could only turn into a sea with a diameter of around 60,000 miles, which was minuscule even by the standards of Sector Lord Princes. Transformed ocean! Remote Ocean performed his talent technique. Hong! Long! His flesh and bones suddenly melted, changing into a surging bloody sea in Luo Feng's internal world. Luo Feng could feel his control on the bloody sea, but it was feeble. It was only at the Sector Lord level. However, he could sense time and space distinctly. Apparently, he had incredible talent in time and space. Larger, said Luo Feng. Larger, grow larger. Luo Feng controlled the bloody sea with his mind, but no matter how hard he tried, the diameter remained at 60,000 miles, which couldn't even match that of a Sector Lord Prince. The bloody sea churned in the sky while Masha Body and Golden Horned Beast stood on the plains, contemplating what they were seeing. Luo Feng was perplexed. Why? Why is the volume of my transformed ocean so much smaller than that of the Nine Remoteness Master and the 108 Princes? The bloody sea only had a diameter of only 60,000 miles. However, lots of unique life forms in the universe were 60,000 miles tall or long. As for creatures of the plant race and rock race, plenty of them were larger than that. After he thought about it for a while, a thought occurred to Luo Feng. Something's wrong, he said. Nine Remoteness Master and the 108 Princes, they seem to be different from me somehow. My transformed ocean technique can transform my body into a bloody sea instantly, but it can also change it back to the original body too. However, said Luo Feng, those 108 royal seas and the Nine Remoteness Ocean haven't changed or even moved for hundreds of millions of years. Nine Remoteness Ocean had a diameter of over 10 light years. For an eternity, the Nine Remoteness Ocean had remained in the ancestral god's secret region, and the seas of the 108 princes had remained at the center of Nine Remoteness world. Primal Chaos City Leader Teacher said that Nine Remoteness Master will sometimes go out and fight, said Luo Feng. And if he dies, the Nine Remoteness Ocean will breed another Nine Remoteness Master. But how is that possible? Transformed ocean and the original body can't exist at the same time. If the original body were killed, he would fall forever. If the body can be born again, that can only mean that it's not the original body that was killed. Luo Feng stroked his chin in deep thought. There's only one way Nine Remoteness Master can do this. He must have transformed his body into the ocean, then created an energy body using his creation talent. The energy body can then be condensed again, even after being destroyed. Nine Remoteness Ocean has never moved, Luo Feng realized. And perhaps it's not because he doesn't want to move. Perhaps he can't move at all. And that means he never actually leaves Nine Remoteness space. As vast as the Nine Remoteness Ocean is, it can never move. Luo Feng quickly extrapolated from what he observed. Gradually, he saw the complete story. 9 Remoteness Master and his princes used some special methods to enlarge their oceans, thought Luo Feng. The trade-off is that they can't move the oceans freely anymore. Even though they can't move the oceans, the volume gives them nearly boundless godly power, and thus, they become immortal. Special organisms of the plant race and rock race also found it difficult to move. The larger the bodies were, the more difficult it was for them to move. For an enormous being like 9 Remoteness Ocean, it was unsurprising that he was unable to move at will. But how did they enlarge their oceans to such an extent? Luo Feng muttered. The bloody sea with a diameter of around 160,000 miles kept churning in the sky. What did he need to do to turn it into one with a diameter of 50 million miles? They were at completely different levels. A 50 million mile ocean had much greater energy, and generally, even if someone became undying, their size did not change. That meant remote ocean body's height would remain at 6,000 miles, and the transformed ocean would remain 60,000 miles. Yet the oceans of the Undying and Universe Night Princes kept expanding, the largest of which was 60 billion miles. How did 9 Remoteness Master and his prince accomplish that? The bloody sea churned above the extensive plains as Luo Feng attempted to enlarge its size, but all methods thus far had failed. After 3 days of trying, Luo Feng finally admitted defeat. Remote ocean body can't absorb energies because there's no room for further storage. The bloody sea has already hit its limit, and it can't be expanded even an inch larger. 9 Remoteness Master, how did you enlarge the Remoteness Ocean? Luo Feng, clothed in black, gazed at the turbulent bloody sea and murmured to himself. Why don't you just ask 9 Remoteness Master? This was obviously a secret. When 9 Remoteness Master first came into being, he clearly didn't have such an enormous 9 Remoteness Ocean. He must have figured out some special means so that even his princes could have enormous royal seas. I'll try my second technique, creation, said Luo Feng. The idea that I can create life is a great mystery. Luo Feng's mind merged with the bloody sea. The moment he cast the second technique, he felt like he was entering a new domain. The air and the grass were all dissected beneath his gaze. It was like seeing through to the very nature of these life forms. Luo Feng looked at the weeds on the plain. Creation, he said, and grass came into being. Creation, he said again, and a flower was born in the bloody sea. Create Masha body, he said. A moment passed, and Luo Feng realized that the Masha body was too complex to be created instantly. Creating plants doesn't give me any sense of accomplishment, said Luo Feng. I need to create moving lives. I must! After only a few moments, and Luo Feng was already addicted to the process of creation. World energies could change plants and rivers, but creation was something more than that. Creation could replicate the constitution of life by observation. Luo Feng presumed that replicating the constitution of life forms was the most basic skill, but those who were proficient like 9 Remoteness Master could create an entire species. Creation was a magical thing. Although the process couldn't improve one's power directly, it would be majestic to create a species. No wonder Masters Wuxian could can guide and lead an entire race, Luo Feng thought. But I'm different from him. I can create life forms with my talent technique, whereas Wuxian could guided an existing race and led that race to evolve under some special environments. Luo Feng began to experiment. First, he put some small, weak life forms into his internal world. He quickly realized that the weaker the power was, the simpler the life gene constitution was. For those living beings that were too powerful, it was difficult to even see their constitution distinctly, let alone replicate it. 9 Remoteness Master became an ocean first, then created an energy body, and finally, created a race. Luo Feng realized after experimenting with his new talent technique for half a month. The constitution of complex life forms was impossibly intricate, making it exceedingly difficult to create a brand new race. 9 Remoteness Master must have expended a great degree of effort before learning how to create a mature race. His 108 princes must have been instructed to emulate him, but they had all failed, as they couldn't conquer the obstacles. It required an astounding amount of energy to create even a single life form, not to mention a supreme race whose members had life imprints high enough to think intelligently, train themselves, and become sector lords once they matured. No wonder sector lord princes can't create new lives, thought Luo Feng. The more advanced the life forms are, the more energy it takes to create them. However, it's easiest to create oneself. Each drop of the bloody sea had come from remote ocean body, which was why the bloody sea water contained the life genes of remote ocean body. If he wanted to create another remote ocean body, he didn't need any life constitution, as each drop of the water was comprised of such life constitution. Creation! Hua! 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 The bloody sea started to tremble, and a naked body appeared. It quickly disappeared, however, and its energy was absorbed back into the bloody sea. Creation! Another 300-foot-tall body showed up and disappeared. Creation! Another body appeared. This one was only 3 feet in height. It too quickly disappeared. Creation! Luo Feng kept trying. After much trial and error, he found out that the largest body he could create was 600 miles tall, which was a smaller version of remote ocean body. Something's wrong, said Luo Feng. Remote ocean body has a life gene level 300 times greater. Why does the newly created remote ocean body only have a life gene level of 30 times? Luo Feng realized the problem. The new remote ocean body was only 600 miles tall, just 1/10 the original height. His life gene level was only 30 times greater, which was also 1/10 of the original version. There are some flaws in creation, he laughed. But maybe this is how it's supposed to be. There was a vast difference between the talent technique creation and the evolution of the universe. Even if he could replicate the body's constitution completely, the duplicate was still inferior, as it didn't have any talent techniques and had significantly lower life gene level. It would go against the laws of the universe for a bloody sea to be able to create a new remote ocean body as powerful as the original. After some time, he realized that each time he created a new remote ocean body, it consumed nearly 1/10 of his energies, and the volume of the bloody sea shrunk. Each body was being immediately absorbed into the ocean was because the bloody sea was reabsorbing the energies to recover its size. When the bloody sea is complete, it can't absorb any energies, said Luo Feng. But it can when it suffers some losses. Luo Feng got an idea. Absorb! Absorb! Hong! The world energies flooded into the bloody sea. After just a short while, the bloody sea finished and regained its original size. The bloody sea has fully recovered, but the new remote ocean body is still right beside it, said Luo Feng. They draw energies from the same origin. Now melt! The new remote ocean body fell into the bloody sea and melted into the water. The energies merged with the original sea, and the volume surged. The bloody sea was enlarged, pressing outward against the space around it. The space and time controlled by the bloody sea were also expanded. Ha! So, this is how it works, said Luo Feng, overjoyed. Create a new remote ocean body, wait for the bloody sea recover, then melt the new remote ocean body back into water, thus combining it with the original bloody sea. Creation! Commanded Luo Feng. Recover! Luo Feng went through the process repeatedly. Each time, the bloody sea could absorb more energy. Melt! Condense! The bloody sea was enlarged again. It expanded 10 times in succession. Turn back, said Luo Feng. But when he tried to turn the ocean back into the original body, it failed. The ocean was bloated with energy. It was like an overweight, middle-aged man too plump from years of overeating to run and jump as he had in his trimmer years. The bloody sea was simply too large to turn back into its original body. No wonder 9 Remoteness Master can always be revived no matter how many times he dies, said Luo Feng. It's because those that die are actually the bodies created by the ocean. The original body is 9 Remoteness Ocean itself. Now that Luo Feng understood the secret completely, he started to laugh. The hiss echoed across the bloody sea. Dissipate! Dissipate! The sea resolved into world energies and dispersed. Instantly, the world energies that had been added due to his experimentation vanished. Turn back, he commanded. A remote ocean original body standing at a height of almost 6,000 miles showed up again. It was the same original body with a life gene level of 300 times greater. When 9 Remoteness Master obtained an immortal body, his combat power must have been weakened at the same time, thought Luo Feng. After all, he relies on his created bodies to fight outside. You gain some, you lose some. It would take an eternity for 9 Remoteness Ocean to reach its current size. It must have expanded stably for a long time. It would be impossible for 9 Remoteness Master to dissipate his godly power and turn into a being with a diameter of 6,000 miles. Luo Feng now understood why 9 Remoteness Master was invincible. He was already a universe master, and he continuously stored godly power so as to expand 9 Remoteness Ocean. As a result, 9 Remoteness Ocean now had a diameter of over 10 light years. It seemed his quantitative changes had led to qualitative changes. The 9 Remoteness Ocean could already rival the most powerful true treasure in the universe, and the only downside was that it was immovable. "I've already figured out the secret behind this," said Luo Feng. He was exhilarated. "But I don't need to expand the ocean yet. There's one more vital thing Remote Ocean Body needs to practice the 9-volume manual." Luo Feng had been looking forward to this. Remote Ocean Body had a life gene level 300 times greater, and finishing the first 5 volumes of 9-volume manual could improve a being's life gene level 48 times. Once Remote Ocean Body started to practice, he could theoretically hit 14,400 times. However, based on Luo Feng's knowledge, even the special life forms of the universe only had life gene levels of a few thousand times greater. 10,000 times greater, said Luo Feng. That seems to be the limit of the life gene level of special life forms. I'll personally discover the true limit of a life gene level in the universe. Luo Feng felt inspired. If the limit truly was 10,000 times, Remote Ocean Body could hit that limit with 9-volume manual. However, if the limit was more than 10,000 times, Remote Ocean Body would step into a new, previously unknown realm. How could Luo Feng not be excited about the possibilities? Luo Feng looked forward to this, but the overall premise was that Remote Ocean Body first needed to practice the 9-volume manual. Although he's a special life form, he is a flesh and blood type of living being. He must be able to practice it. Luo Feng thought so, anyway. He was, however, a bit afraid of the limitations of the universe law. After all, his original earthling body and his golden horned beast body were both ordinary life forms, yet they both had life gene level thousands of times greater after practicing 9-volume manual. This time Remote Ocean Body would target the legendary limit. Begin! Remote Ocean Body sat down on the plane with his legs crossed and started to practice 9-volume manual. Remote Ocean Body would be a great combat power if he could practice the 9-volume manual. If he couldn't, then he could only focus on training and godly power support. It worked! Remote Ocean Body suddenly laughed. My life gene level was improved after practicing the 9-volume manual. How magical it is! No wonders wuxia is one of the universe's supreme masters. Luo Feng admired his mysterious teacher more. He felt intimidated by the top-tier beings of the universe. If wuxia was able to create the 9-volume manual, what about other supreme masters? I'm nothing compared to them, thought Luo Feng. I must train myself and catch up to them. As for any other issues, I'll wait until I become their rival. Luo Feng stopped thinking and went back to practice. He only knew that he was not powerful enough yet. He was indeed lucky to have figured out a way to expand the bloody sea created by Remote Ocean Body, and luckier still that Remote Ocean Body was able to practice the 9-volume manual. Although Remote Ocean Body could practice the 9-volume manual, it would take him a long time to finish the first 5 volumes. He was even bigger than Golden Horn Beast's body, meaning it would take a longer time for him to evolve. Even though Luo Feng was fully experienced, it would take the new body 100 years to finish the first volume. While Remote Ocean Body practiced the 9-volume manual, the other bodies studied into space law, star map, and moon policy. 100 years passed like the blink of an eye. Remote Ocean Body opened his eyes gradually after sitting there like a sculpture and whispered, I've finished the first volume. My life gene level is now 900 times stronger. From 300 times to 900 times the first volume had improved his life gene level threefold. And all that from only the first volume. Luo Feng was further amazed. No wonder this technique was restricted by the universe law so that wuxia couldn't pass it on to any other life forms. He could only pass it on to one living being with the help of heavenly soul crystals. I can't wait, said Luo Feng. If I can improve the life gene level from 300 times to 900 times so easily, then next time it'll be 1,800 times. Continue. Remote Ocean Body closed his eyes and started the second volume. It was magnificent to feel his improvement every second. After the second volume was finished, Remote Ocean Body's life gene level hit 1,800 times, as expected. And when the third volume was finished, he reached 3,600 times. All the best-case scenarios were coming true. In the primal region, among the 1,000 treasure river, in the palace at the apex, 6 universe knights sat with their legs crossed, listening to Primal Chaos City leaders' teaching. Luo Feng told me that it would take him around 600 years to finish breeding his third body and that he would become undying after finishing the third body, said Primal Chaos City leader. But it's been almost 1,000 years, why isn't anything happening? Primal Chaos City leader looked afar and saw a palace in the distance. Inside the palace, the original Earthling body sat cross-legged with Tianqin Emperor guarding him. Luo Feng is incredibly lucky that he's got several true treasures, said Primal Chaos City leader. Maybe something special happened to him again, and that's why there's a delay. I'll leave him alone to fix it. Primal Chaos City leader kept teaching the 6 Universe Knights sitting in the palace. He decided to put the problem out of his mind. He was quite satisfied with Luo Feng. And after all, Luo Feng was full of surprises. Time passed. It had been over 1,000 years since Luo Feng had first started to breed his third body, and he had spent that time studying space law and creating secret techniques. He had made satisfactory accomplishments on both ends, and he had been advancing slowly and steadily on the 9-volume manual. He finished 1 volume about every century. After practicing it for 400 years, Remote Ocean Body finished the 4th volume. His life gene level doubled again, hitting 7,200 times stronger. A life gene level of 7,200 times. Remote Ocean Body sat with his legs crossed. His eyes gleamed like stars. He felt the power rushing through his entire body. His life gene level had been only 300 times before, nothing but mediocre. Now, his life level was already 7,200 times stronger, which was far superior to Zhu Chong Emperor. Perhaps this is the life gene level of 9 Remoteness Master, Remote Ocean Body murmured. Go on! The 5th volume! The original Earthling body, Masha body, and Golden Horn Beast body all opened their eyes and looked forward to the crucial 5th volume. Remote Ocean Body's life gene level gradually improved. 7,200 times. 7,300, 7,400, 8,000, 8,100, 9,000, 9,100. I've already passed 9,000 times, said Luo Feng in astonishment. He even stopped comprehending space law, dedicating the majority of his mind to Remote Ocean Body, as he didn't dare to be careless in this matter. After his life gene level passed 9,000 times, his rate of evolution slowed down considerably. 9,500 times. 9,600. Remote Ocean Body's life gene level had already surpassed that of many extraordinary special life forms. Even many unique life forms couldn't improve themselves past 9,000 times. At 9,600 times, it became exceedingly difficult to advance any further. It appeared that his life gene level could only be enhanced a bit more. Finally, he was nearing the threshold. 10,000! And with that, its life gene level had reached the final stage. My life gene level is 10,000 times now! Remote Ocean Body exclaimed, feeling the power flowing inside of him. But as he continued practicing, he realized this wasn't the final stage after all. It seems I haven't reached my limit yet. I can improve even further. After surpassing 10,000 times, his life gene level could still be enhanced, but it was a slow, grueling process. Finally, the life gene level stopped improving altogether. Luo Feng gazed upon the fruits of his labor. Each inch of Remote Ocean Body's skin, muscles, and bones were as immaculate as the universe itself. Its life gene level had attained the height of perfection. As incredible as the 9-volume manual was, not even it could improve such a flawless life gene level. Luo Feng could see the constitution of each individual cell. Even on a microscopic level, Remote Ocean Body was perfect in every way. Perfect sheer perfection, said Luo Feng. Remote Ocean Body's life gene level surpassed 10,000 times. It's now slightly over 10,000 times. Remote Ocean began absorbing the surrounding world energy. Pa, 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 pa. As Remote Ocean Body was absorbed the energy, it kept growing taller, multiplying in size. Luo Feng was exhilarated. Neither the Golden Horn Beast body nor his original Earthling body had increased in size from practicing the 9-volume manual. However, just as Remote Ocean Body had achieved perfection, he started to grow. Remote Ocean Body devoured the surrounding world energy. Although he had perfect life genes, he was only at the Sector Lord level. Luo Feng could support the world energies he required to grow. He grew from 6,000 miles tall to 12,000 miles tall, then 18,000 miles tall, then 25,000 miles tall, and he just kept getting larger. Only after Remote Ocean Body reached a height of 55,000 miles did he stop growing. Perfect, said Luo Feng. For some reason, he felt certain that this was Remote Ocean Body's ideal state. Just when Remote Ocean Body stopped growing, Hong, the entire internal world was frozen. Masha body was dazed. Golden Horn Beast body kept his head lifted up. The weeds were flattened by the wind, and the sea stopped churning. The water drops were floating. The Bug Clan Queen and her bug army all froze. The original Earthling body stood still. The core, the most important part of Luo Feng, was injected with a most mysterious power. Breeding the third body had caused his core to start to morph, but when this mystical power entered the core, it changed sharply. The color was changing. Red, green, blue, yellow, and gold. In the end, it turned blurry. This seemingly ordinary core now contained endless enigmas. This mysterious force penetrated the internal world when infusing the core. The force was irresistible. It was as warm and inviting as a mother's hug, appeasing all the living beings of the universe. It was not overbearing, but it was much stronger than that of Primal Chaos City Leader and even xianxia. When the energy poured into Luo Feng's body, entering the core and the internal world, neither Chaos City Leader nor the Universe Knights being taught noticed it. It was the time and space protected by Thousand Treasure River and controlled by Primal Chaos City Leader. Yet, in this time and space, even the Primal Chaos City Leader couldn't feel that force. That mysterious and inconceivable force changed Luo Feng's core while enveloping Remote Ocean body. Gradually, Luo Feng opened his eyes. "Where am I?" Luo Feng said. He looked around, confused. A multitude of lights floated around him. Each one contained extraordinary power. Every one of them was more terrifying than Master of Skywolf. "I just trained Remote Ocean body to a perfect state, and its size surged 9 times, said Luo Feng. "And now my mind came here?" Luo Feng quickly realized that the place he had been taken to was probably one of the most mysterious places, if not the most mysterious place in an already exceedingly enigmatic universe. Luo Feng looked around. Universe Masters are already the pinnacle beings in the universe. Who could possibly be able to harness my mind and bring it here, removing me from the territory of Primal Chaos City Leader, without being noticed? Perhaps only the universe itself could do this. The light spots were floating, but they were all dodging Luo Feng. Luo Feng was bewildered. Each of these light spots is even more powerful than Master of Skywolf. What are they? Suddenly, one light spot turned into a flash of light, shooting toward Luo Feng. Shio! The spot traveled much faster than lightspeed, as if lightspeed was not the speed limit in this space and time. Before Luo Feng could so much as begin to run away, the light spot hit his mind. Hong! Images flooded Luo Feng's mind, whizzing by in quick succession. Luo Feng saw the birth of the universe, the birth of every life form living in the universe, and their destruction. The scenes were overwhelming, and they left his mind forgotten about as soon as they entered. It was impossible to remember it all. An infinity's worth of information merged with his mind. Pun! Luo Feng's mind was kicked out of that space and time. In the human territory of the universe, Primal Region, within the domain of Thousand Treasure River. Primal Chaos City Leader didn't even notice what happened. Although he could control this region of time and space, his control was nothing compared to the will of the universe itself. If the universe wanted to punish a particular universe master, it could strip him of his control over time and space. The operation of universe laws was beyond the awareness of Primal Chaos City Leader. Within Luo Feng's palace, his original earthling body, sitting with his legs crossed, opened its eyes. Confusion flashed in Luo Feng's eyes, followed by shock. Bug Clan Queen and the Bug Clan warriors regained consciousness, but they had no idea what had just happened. Only Luo Feng knew that time and space had been momentarily frozen. Luo Feng immediately examined all of his bodies. Remote Ocean body was still over 55,000 miles tall, with a life gene level barely over 10,000 times. "Nothing on my body has changed," he said. "My original earthling body, the Golden Horn Beast body, the Masha body, and the Remote Ocean body all are the same. Except no. Something's different." Luo Feng instantly noticed the core and the world ring. The core had turned blurry and indistinct, as if endless space and time were contained within it. What happened to my core? Luo Feng was astounded. He had never witnessed or heard of anything like this before. "My mind has been bestowed with information containing an incredible talent technique. The core has changed drastically as well. Everything happened after my Remote Ocean body reached its ideal state," he thought. The life gene level of my Remote Ocean body had just passed 10,000 times, but it hasn't hit 10,100 yet. Is it at 10,081 times? So, the perfect life gene is 10,081 times of that of an ordinary life form? Luo Feng extrapolated. He shook his head, deciding not to think about that for now. He started to examine the core again. My mind was instructed in an incredible talent technique. The change in my core should be beneficial. Luo Feng recalled the technique he had just obtained. He had forgotten everything about the birth and transformation of the universe, but he could distinctly remember the casting method of a set of talent techniques. He didn't know the details, nor how the set of talent techniques was created. However, the method for performing the technique was sculpted in his mind. A set of talent techniques bestowed upon me for no reason. It must be a gift from the universe. Is it a gift given to me for reaching the perfect life gene level? Luo Feng speculated. Talent techniques were generally scripted on the skin or on the life core in the form of law engravings. However, the techniques Luo Feng had been bestowed with this time were scripted directly in his mind. Talent technique, I am the universe. This technique was extremely powerful. When it was performed, godly power was burned and transformed into a micro-universe, allowing the user to trap his enemies inside the universe. Inside the micro-universe, the enemy's power was significantly weakened, whereas Luo Feng's own power surged within it. If he chose to self-destruct, the enemies would be annihilated instantly. This talent technique required an overwhelming amount of power. According to the instructions, the prerequisite for performing I am the universe was having a remote ocean body with a perfect life gene level. In addition, remote ocean body needed to be undying before he could perform it. An undying remote ocean body, with 30 times amplification of the undying body, and the body needed to be burned. These were the basic requirements for casting I am the universe. Every time it was cast, it would last for at least 9 seconds. By Luo Feng's calculations, remote ocean body would be completely burned out after only performing it just 10 times. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. Unbelievable! Incredible! But I love it! An undying remote ocean body was even stronger than Zhu Chong Emperor, yet the amplification needed to be 30 times or more. And burning his godly power? Even in normal combat, Luo Feng was superior to quite a few universe knights. This new technique would consume 1/10 of his more than 55,000-mile-long godly body. A technique that would devour 10% of his godly body must have been incredibly powerful. Luo Feng could hardly imagine such a thing. It was inconceivable. For what it's worth, it's extraordinary, Luo Feng thought. Remote ocean body is stronger than many universe knights' godly bodies, and many universe knights are only several dozen feet tall, which means most of them aren't able to perform this technique. Only those with enormous bodies can perform it. Luo Feng knew nothing of the secrets behind I am the universe. Fortunately, the method for performing it had been seared into his mind. What am I supposed to do? Luo Feng was baffled. If I turn remote ocean body into a sea again, the sea will keep expanding. The new remote ocean body would be inferior both in size and in life gene level, which means I wouldn't be able to perform I am the universe after becoming undying. Golden Horn Beast body's life gene level can advance again after becoming undying, and he could almost reach 10,000 times. However, he's only around 600 miles long, so his body won't be able to support that technique. Luo Feng was nervous. Even a large godly body like Golden Horn Beast wasn't enough when performing I am the universe. Unless, that is, Golden Horn Beast body can also gain a perfect life gene level and expand his body, Luo Feng thought. Otherwise, I could only lure enemies into the boundless remote ocean and let him perform the technique, but that means the boundless remote ocean would not be able to move. Luo Feng was faced with a choice. Should he turn remote ocean body into a sea? If he did, his power would be weakened outside the boundless remote ocean. Plus, the only way he would be able to perform I am the universe would be if he was lucky enough for his Golden Horn Beast body to also reach the perfect life gene level. On the other hand, if he chose not to turn into a sea, he would have terrific combat power. His remote ocean body, which stood over 55,000 miles tall, would be able to roam the universe. The downside was that his godly power would be consumed quickly, and it would be tricky to supplement the power. Luo Feng pondered the possibilities for a couple of minutes. I chose this body to be immortal, said Luo Feng. If I don't perform transformed ocean, I sacrifice that opportunity. Instead, I'll gain incredible combat power, but even inborn beast gods with immense combat power can still die. Survival is more important than power. As long as I can stay alive, anything is possible. Golden Horn Beast body can also be much stronger someday. Even if I can't perform I am the universe when I become undying, I can certainly perform it when I become a universe knight. Luo Feng had made up his mind. There's no need to rush. Besides, the boundless remote ocean can still perform it when it becomes undying. Later, the 55,000-mile-tall remote ocean body stood high in the sky. Transformed ocean! Remote ocean body growled. This would be the last time he existed in his original remote ocean body form. From now on, he would take the form of a sea, the boundless remote ocean. Even remote ocean body went out to fight, it would do so in the form of a body that was significantly weaker than the original. Hong! Long! Long! The remote ocean body dissipated immediately. Churning, crimson waves appeared in the sky, forming a bloody sea with a diameter of almost 600,000 miles. Talent, technique, creation! A remote ocean body that was more than 5,500 miles tall, with a life gene level of 1,000 times, appeared. Hua! 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 World energy flooded into the bloody sea. The sea immediately recovered the energy lost by the body. The stunted body then merged with the bloody sea, and it expanded again. The bloody sea expanded so fiercely and quickly that the universe crystals Luo Feng took from his servant were gone. Undying fighters didn't carry adequate universe crystals, but universe crystals were fairly cheap. After all, the universe crystals used to build a giant world ring were only worth 1 or 2 mixed elements. Luo Feng went to buy more. I'll have 1 million mixed elements worth of universe crystals, said Luo Feng. 1 million worth, are you sure? A million's worth of universe crystals, Mr. Luo Feng? Yes. Deliver them as soon as possible. Right away, Mr. Luo Feng. They will be delivered soon. Luo Feng purchased universe crystals recklessly and threw them in his internal world. The bloody sea kept expanding. It soon surpassed the limit of 50 million miles. 55,000 miles. 60 million miles. It kept expanding even as the internal world shrank.